Alrighty, hello fellow travelers and welcome to the Hardlight Network. So I'm going to be doing a reaction video today. You guys don't have to worry, this is not going to be like a mainstay of the channel. I'm not doing like a new format on videos. I'm not breaking into reaction content, but this one's a little different because I've been waiting years for Dragon's Dogma 2 to come out. The original game was phenomenal, and even though it had a little bit of a lack of polish in some areas in terms of like how the world was filled out, some of the character interactions and some of the side quests pacing being off, the gameplay itself, the core gameplay loop, the fighting enemies, exploring the new areas was so awesome. So I'm really excited to see what the developers have in store for the second game, and I've been really excited to get into this. So we're going to watch this video together and we're going to react to it. So real quick, I know it's already starting, 15 seconds is a little early to stop, but I'm glad to see they've maintained a lot of the core elements from the first game, where they've got elemental enemies. That's pretty sick. I'm excited to see elemental enemies and how that gameplay mechanic affects things.
Hello everyone, I'm Hideaki Itsuno, the director of Dragon's Dogma 2. I'm the producer, Yoshiaki Hirabayashi. Dragon's Dogma 2 is a narrative-driven action RPG set in an immersive fantasy world designed to place player choice at the heart of the gameplay experience. Today, we'll present you with the latest news on Dragon's Dogma 2. First, check this out.
At last! The bell has tolled on the age of the console. The return of the Sovereign.
Welcome, Arisen. We pawns have long awaited your arrival.
Okay, I have to stop here because some of this combat, I don't know how I feel about it. It looked way smoother on the next section, but this right here, this warrior, I don't know, it looks kind of clunky. It looks a little bit like
Pawns have long awaited
some MMO style mechanics, maybe. I don't know. It looks a little chunky here.
your arrival.
This is just clean. This is just too good.
Learn all you can of this world you must protect.
We ask that
They brought the furries in. They brought the furries into Dragon's Dogma 2, bro. I'm wondering how they're going to include this beast race, because it seems like they're in a completely different area than Grand Soren. But I don't know about how, it seems like I made the joke that it's Skyrim, but better. And it seems like they've just totally ripped the Khajiit element out of Skyrim. I'm not a fan of like the beast races for the most part, but we'll see how it turns out. I don't want to crap on it before it's even out, but I feel like that's a little bit of pandering. It just doesn't seem like there was no precedent in the original game for like a beast race type folk. So I don't know. Seems a little bit gimmicky to me.
that all be spared the horrors of the fell dragon.
From this moment forth, thou art arisen. Charge and duel.
Here's my chance.
If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here?
When 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found.
Pitiable Arisen. Why dost thou fight?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I wonder what sort of... Is this like a minotaur? That's cool.
Thou fight.
Arisen.
You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
intend to do what I could not, and fell the dragon true. I would gladly pass all the wisdom I possess into your hands.
See, I'm interested to see if they bring back some of the more Gnostic elements that they had in the first game. I wonder if the Demiurge appears at the end of the game a similar way, or if they're going to take it in a new direction. I'm interested to see what they meant by giving player choice a precedent, so we'll see how that turns out.
How was that? We're excited to finally be able to reveal the release date for Dragon's Dogma 2. First, let's go over what you just saw. Emerging suddenly from the sea, we meet the giant Talos, who appears for the first time in this game, and who you will have to figure out how to stop. We've prepared some additional gameplay footage of Talos, so take a look.
Yes, yes. Big God of War vibes, big Monster Hunter vibes. This is awesome. This is sick aesthetic. This is an amazing set piece moment. I'm a little disappointed that they're blowing their wad this early into the showcase, but man, I hope that they didn't front load all the effort into this game. Honestly, I really hope that they've left some of the more incredible like hype elements for the later game. It looks like this character is probably mid to late game character, but I mean, like I said, I'm kind of ambivalent about, you know, how I feel about them showing this so early into the showcase, but I mean, it's cool. It's cool. This is definitely this is a moment I'm excited for in game.
What could possibly impel a being of such size to motion?
I cannot but fear it will bring ruin wherever it treads.
Is that the pawn talking? That's like not good. I hope they fix that. The level, the audio levels. It's like it feels like they're in the middle of this fight and the pawn sounds like it's in your ear yelling. That's not good.
We shall halt it together.
It seems to me there are plenty of places our feet might find purchase on its hulking prey.
Let us do whatever we can to slow it down. It might prove futile, but it is better than watching on in despair.
A puppet with a penchant for destruction is a nuisance nobody asked for. Let us be rid of it.
Indeed. And where is it bound, I wonder?
I really hope they carried over the mechanic of being able to tell the pawns to shut up every once in a while. Like you go to the chair and you tell them you don't want them to talk as much. Because that's, as much as I want there to be the better interactions between the Arisen and the pawns, this is not it. This is not what I'm after. This is like one of my major criticisms from the last game. They just would not shut up. And it was a repetitive talking. It was the same little bits, the same little quips over and over again. It was just super obnoxious.
Left unhindered, will trample the world entire, but not on our watch. Let us attack with the full sum of our strength. We must try to delay its course by any means.
As you can see, you'll be able to enjoy a variety of combat experiences depending on how you choose to tackle each situation. Keep your eyes peeled for more on Talos and its role.
That was pretty sick, the dive off the bridge. That was hype.
Dragon's Dogma is a tale of the Arisen, whose heart is taken by the dragon. While this sequel mirrors the world setting of the first game, the adventure takes place in a parallel world.
Really? That's how we're doing it? Vermund is a parallel world to Grand Soren? Okay, I mean, if you really needed to retcon that bad, I guess, but it just seems a little. It seems a little off. Seems a little lazy. I'm not making AAA games here, guys, but like you saw the throwing of the spear into the bridge. It just looked a little cheap. This here, especially, this is a little like what's just. I get that the game's not over yet. It's not been completed, but it's got a March release date. That's a little scary for this. Look at this. Look at the way that this thing, it doesn't even impact until about like here. That's when the impact is felt on the bridge. Look, not even the whole spear goes through the bridge before it even shows an impact. That's wild. And it seems to me like, you know, if it's like, it's what? I mean, we've got way better graphics than this in like older games. I mean, it's not even like a graphical concern more than like the models just didn't seem like the meshes worked properly. I don't know what the trigger was for the bridge exploding, but it probably should be a little bit further up on the spear. That's all I'm saying.
Well, mirrors the world setting of the first game. The adventure takes place in a parallel world. Vermund is the human kingdom, where you will be drawn into the power struggle for the throne. To have her son take the throne, the Queen Regent Disa plots to set a false arisen. But why are pawns serving a false arisen? On the other hand, the Beastren nation of Batal treats pawns as the source of misfortune, and instead worshipped a lamp in flame to ward off calamity with Empress Nadinia at its center. Both kingdoms recognize the dragon as a threat.
The Beastren? The Beastren?
But their thoughts towards pawns and the Arisen differ. What will happen to the player caught between the beliefs and plots of these two nations? You can learn more about some of the game's intriguing characters on our official website. So, check it out. In addition to the main quest line, you can talk to the inhabitants of this world to receive various quests and deepen your relationship with them. For instance, let's look at this quest where you need to befriend some elven siblings.
Okay, so they do have elves, and that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad to see them fleshing out this element because the first game had a gift-giving system, and there was a little bit of this reputation system, but it seemed to me that like the majority of these mechanics weren't fleshed out to their maximum. So I'm hoping that they build on those building blocks, and then we'll see where it goes with the interactions. I'm not sure. How I'll feel about them maybe doing like voice mechanics or anything like that, but we'll see.
Ah,
forgive me. You do not speak our tongue, do you? From this moment forth, so long as you remain by my side, I shall interpret for you.
Nenwen mor Iwanon. Alcarwa fir nun eldaya menelume sur Caril. Martir fa nun fionor. Minas vena eralote.
My friend, if e'er I have had need to call upon your aid, 'tis now. I beg of you to join me in my sister's rescue.
Master, watch out!
This battle is ours!
'Tis e'en more nightmarish a sight than I had feared. My father battles the ogre while my sister is clutched in its fist. But there is still hope, if I act quickly. Listen well, friend. I shall strike the beast's arm while my father holds its attention.
This is as much as I can show you for today. Hopefully, you'll find the rest of the quest on your own.
Okay, cool. So it seems like, I guess, just interpolating from what he's saying there, maybe that this quest is a little off to the side. It's not a main quest. It's not like super, in your path. I really hope so. I hope he's not just like doing the talking. But from what I'm noticing here, a major difference between the first game and the second game is that it seems like there's more companions that are not pawns that'll follow you around. So I think that'll be a cool way to do the faction system. Maybe you get some friends and allies and companions that are not pawns, and then you can go through areas that, like they were saying, maybe there's some areas that are hostile towards pawns where you need to kind of downplay your status as the Arisen, so you end up traveling with other traveling companions instead. I hope so. It's a little bit of speculation, but I think it's kind of cool.
In the footage, you can see the Sacred Arbor, which is an elf settlement. The elves there communicate in their own language. And while the Arisen doesn't understand the language of the elves, if there's a pawn nearby who does, they will automatically translate it for you. These specializations that pawns can acquire will make each of them more unique and hopefully more enjoyable to journey with.
I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns.
Okay, so at least they're self-aware of like kind of how annoying they could have been in the first game, which I was able to push past it a lot because, again, there's lots about this game and lots about this series that are really excellent. Elements that are just fantastic, and like I said, the world building, the exploration, and the combat, definitely the top three. So we'll see if they're able to maintain that magic while also like smoothing out some of the rough edges from the previous game.
It's not only the pawn's personality that reflects the player. Just like in the first game, the player can freely create the Arisen and the main pawn. However, we've used photogrammetry technology to increase photorealism, while adding a way to simplify the process of creating characters.
The game looks so much better. These graphics, these character models are way better than they were in the first game. They look kind of Play-Doh-y, kind of fugly in the first one, even if you messed around with the character creation sliders. But it seems like they've taken kind of a page away from the Elden Ring character creator, and they've done these like similar characters, which is really cool.
Selecting images that resemble the kind of look you have in mind provides a more intuitive way to create your ideal character. Now, I want to introduce the Trickster, a new vocation that's sure to bring something unique to your gameplay experience. Exclusive to the Arisen, the Trickster is a vocation that wields the censer and uses the smoke it produces to conjure illusions. By confusing the enemy into fighting themselves through illusions, or increasing the power of pawns beyond the normal parameters for a limited period of time, this vocation focuses on support and use of unique strategies. The Trickster is a devious vocation that takes advantage of the enemy's enhanced behavior AI. It's a great fit for players who prefer to step back from the action and manipulate the battle from the sidelines. Next, we have a few additional details to share. Pre-orders for Dragon's Dogma 2 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam start today. In addition to the Standard Edition, a Deluxe Edition will also be available. The Deluxe Edition includes additional items such as a special camping kit, along with other items that will help you prepare for your journey.
Come on. I really hope this isn't something that's like locked behind the Deluxe Edition. I mean, I appreciate giving somebody that pre-orders like a special bonus unique to them, but like the camping kit, depending on what it's used for, I'm hoping that I'm able to at least purchase my own or something equivalent. But again, extra items and stuff like that, don't have a huge problem with, extra sounds and all that stuff. It's not really up my alley. That doesn't really get me pre-ordering stuff, but if they're going to lock certain gameplay mechanics behind the paywall, I don't know how I feel about that. Makeshift jail key. Yeah, I'm noticing they're taking quite a lot of cues from Elden Ring, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Pre-orders of the Standard Edition will include bonus weapons for each of the 4 vocations available from the start of the game.
Okay, golden weapons, that's
and
cool.
Pre-ordering the Deluxe Edition will give you access to all the bonuses of the Standard Edition, plus access to additional accessories that can be equipped in-game. I hope you'll consider pre-ordering. So, what did you think? The development team is currently making final adjustments to Dragon's Dogma 2. We're all doing our best and hope you can wait a little longer until the release of the game. Before we go, let us show you some footage of the monsters we couldn't cover today. The Drake and the Dullahan, along with the Warrior and Sorcerer vocations, which were also in the first game.
I love that. I love that. The aesthetics are fire. The Dullahan enemy, man, the Dullahan enemy's looking sick. I saw a little bit of the gameplay from earlier in the video. The headless horseman type vibe. That's a sick enemy. I'm looking forward to playing this.
Thank you so much.
It looks so clunky, like just the movement speed on this warrior. I mean, I guess maybe I'm hoping that this has something to do with encumbrance or something like that. But God, that just seemed a little slow for my taste, especially because of how, other games are. They're so much more fast. And when you look at the enemy design, it looks like the enemies are very punchy, very quick, very reactive. But then the Arisen is over here just like piddling about. I don't like that. Maybe they literally just speeding up the animations, but that might have been a design choice to fix some of the balance, which I would rather the character do less damage per swing than swing more slowly. That's just my personal take on that. Again, that's cool and all, but it's like, what is up with this excessively long build-up time? Look at this. This is horrendous. Stab? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost 10 seconds before you actually get to swing on the enemy. That is foolishness. And I'm not even I don't even care. Like I said, I would rather do slightly less damage for a slightly faster move animation than this. I mean, again, for as epic as it does look, that is a painfully long time to wait to smack an enemy that I'm literally riding on top of. Okay, that was sick. That was badass. The synchronized sorcery attacks on the Dullahan. That I knew I was not going to be disappointed by the Dullahan enemy. That was a sick set piece right there. That was fire. Love it. Love it. Guys, I'm incredibly excited. I'm incredibly excited for this game to come out. I've been waiting on it, like I said at the very beginning. I've been waiting on it for years. I think it's phenomenal as far as like a design. I love it as a competitor for games like Skyrim and stuff. But, like I said, it's not without its criticisms. The previous game was a little lackluster in certain areas. The game world was humongous, but it was a little barren. the character interactions for as many different characters as there were really lackluster as well. And I really hope that they put more of the onus on the character to make more important and impactful decisions in the game. Because, you know, as much fun as it is to walk through this world and kind of participate in it, you know, it doesn't make sense from a narrative perspective for you to be this like key figure in the ending of the age or the beginning of an age, for you to not have that much of an impact as far as your choices. It seems like the first game really pigeonholed your character into like a specific choice pattern. And I would like to see maybe a couple of different options, if not a few different pathways that you could take in this one. So what do you guys think? You know, let me know in the comments if you're excited for Dragon's Dogma 2. You know, I hope that the reaction video wasn't too obnoxious. Again, this is not something I'm planning to make a regular occurrence on the channel. I just wanted to get this out of the way because I have been waiting on this game for so long, and they've pretty much given very little to no information up to this point. And now that we've got this info, I've kind of got a mixed feelings about it. I don't like I said, that for whatever reason, the Talos throwing that spear into the bridge is really just grating on my mind. I did not like the lack of reactivity in the world space, especially for something that's scripted. That is just a little, unfortunately, it's from this day and age, from what we expect from developers, that's really lazy. That looks like it should have been Dragon's Dogma. But, you know, hopefully, like they said, they're working really hard at it, and it's not to disparage them on that at all. But genuine criticisms due where genuine criticisms are due. There definitely needs to be some more polish, and that was the same exact problem that the last game had. But regardless, definitely going to be picking this one up and playing it. But, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's my first and maybe only reaction video. But I hope you guys like it. If you did, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, love you guys. Safe travels.